This is an interesting one still. Because I literally spoke about this in a live stream last Thursday. A man want to know why I'm against donating to charity. So I'm Jamaican, but born and bred Edmonton. And funny enough, out of all of my brethren that I grew up with, I think I only had one that was Jamaican. And even I think he was half Guyanese. Born here, but half Jamaican, half Guyanese. The rest of my brethren, them African. Whether they're from Ghana, Nigeria, Congo, Angola, all of my brethren African, all of my brethren dark. There aren't no light-skinned youths in Edmonton, yeah? And I remember chilling on my estate. These times I was 17, these times it's 2010. My brethren then were saying that like the government back home are mad corrupt. This is all new to me because man just grew up in a Jamaican household. Obviously we're born here in England and that, but you know, Jamaican household and that. We don't know about Africa. We don't know what's going on in Africa, innit? So my African brothers were telling me like, yo, back home, the higher ups, mad corrupt. They were saying that if 100,000 gets donated to charity or 1,000,000 gets donated to charity, only 1% of that money will actually go to the people that really need it. The rest of the money, the higher ups, they pocket it and that. And you have to think to yourself, think about this logically, because I was literally talking about this in a live stream last Thursday. Think about this logically. Think about all the rich actors, musicians, singers, artists, yeah? Think about all the rich celebrities. Think about all the footballers, basketball players, NFL stars. Think about all these rich millionaires and if not billionaires and that. Think about all the money over the last 50 years that they've donated to Africa. You know, that water aid or, you know, send us £2 and that can feed a family of 6 for the next 8 weeks. Think about all the hundreds of billions that probably went over to Africa, if not hundreds of millions. And I know it's more than the hundreds of millions anyway, because I just, for some reason, Michael Jackson, he popped up in my head when I was doing the live stream last Thursday. And I said, Michael Jackson definitely would have donated a lot of money to charity and that. And someone said, yeah, in the comment section that apparently he donated 500 million to Africa to help all the children and the poor people and that. Think about not just Michael Jackson, but all the celebrities over the last 50, 60 years and that. All the money that they've donated. Where is it? Why is it not accounted for? Why are there still people that are living in poverty? There's a famine. Yeah? People are suffering from starvation. There's no water. Where's all the money gone? Why is this money not being accounted for? It's gone in the back pocket of the wrong people. So that's why I'll never donate to charity. I mean, on a small scale, on the lowest scale possible, you see man that sit outside shops and ask for money in there, I never give them no money because I know it's not going to the right place. I will buy a man food. I will buy a man a sandwich or a drink, but I'm not giving a man no money because I know it's not going to the right place. There was one time, yeah, and I spoke about this before. I was at Tottenham Hill. So I'm at Tottenham Hill. I'm trying to make my way back to Edmonton. And I'm stuck in traffic. There's a guy on the island. Beggy man. He's standing on the island. There's a lot of traffic. And there's a van that's ahead of me. This van is about 5 cars in front of me. Obviously, it's a big Luton van, so you can't see into the van through the back. You know, like a car, you can see who's in the car even if you're sitting at the back, you know, sitting behind them. So anyway, the guy that was standing on the island asking for money or whatever and that, he spoke to the guys that were in the van. I'm assuming it's men in the van, yeah? He's pointing in the van, pointing at something. Next thing I know, these guys pulled out a sandwich and gave this guy a sandwich because when I'm pre in the situation, yeah, like, you know, like when there's someone standing asking for money and like you brace yourself, you're like, right, I'm just gonna look forward or I'm just gonna tell them no or whatever, innit? I'm bracing myself, like, you know what, how I'm gonna handle the situation and that, yeah. So anyway, the guy's pointing in the car, in the cockpit of the van, pointing at something. The guy from the van has pulled out a sandwich. The sandwich was half eaten. He gave it to the guy. The guy started eating the sandwich in front of him. I was like, yo. Do you know what happened? The lights turned green ahead. Traffic started moving. The van went ahead. The cars in front of me started moving. I quickly sped up to the guy. I had the window wound down already, I believe. I pulled out £5. I was like, yo, 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 yo. Handed it to him and drove off. Do you know why? The fact that that guy was willing to eat a sandwich off of someone he never even fucking met before, I know that guy's desperate. I know that guy more than likely ain't going to use that £5 to be, you know, indulging in things that he's not supposed to be indulging in. Fucking crazy. And you got people in this country. So obviously this guy is not from this country, innit? You got people in this country who are born and bred in this country and they can't be bothered to work. Remember, I went to an African house the other day, and I didn't know it was going to be an African household and that. I did recognize the house though, like, I think this house looks familiar and that. Maybe I've been there in the past. As I'm approaching the front door, you have to walk down like the drive. There was an Englishman doing some gardening outside. So I'm like, you're right, I'm the electrician and that. Come to do a test. He's like, oh, this is not my house, I'm just the gardener. So I was like, okay, cool. As I'm walking closer to the front door, he's kind of like following me towards the front door. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm just keeping myself busy and that, you know, something about pension or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. You know, man, just make conversation out of nothing, innit? Knocked on the door. One African youths answered the door. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. I've been here before, innit? Boom. Went in, doing some work. I think halfway through, I went to my car to get something and that. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, just out here, just, you know, trying to make ends meet. Let them sort of conversation there, innit? Like, whatever, innit? All right, cool, boom. Gone to my car, got something, went back in, finished the job. As I finished the job, obviously I'm carrying my stuff back to my car. This guy is following me, yeah, towards my car. So I'm walking off the drive onto the street. And he's like, yeah, I'm just sick of this country. I'm just sick of what's going on and that. So I start slowing down. And as I got to my car, obviously I popped the boot open. So I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, can you imagine? Can you imagine this? Now, this guy's like 70 years old. The reason why I was slowed down and I was listening to what he was saying is because some of the local people, yeah, I've noticed there's a theme with, you know, the mentality of some of these people. You know, remember, I go to these people's houses and I speak to them and they got a problem with, you get me, certain man from certain regions coming over here and that, yeah? So I thought I was going to hear some reference to, you know, certain man that's not, yeah, the originals, yeah? So anyway, he's like, yeah, I'm just sick of this. He's like, can you imagine this? Listen to this. My nephew is 50 years old and that so-and-so has never worked a day in his life. And that, he actually relieved me in that because I was like, okay, cool. So at least the people, the local people, them, yeah, aren't just blaming, you know, the non-originals and that. They actually understand that it's their people that are on a joke thing and that. Right, how the fuck did I get on to talking about people who are the originals of this country not working? And I started talking about why I wouldn't donate to charity. But anyway. Oh shoot. But yeah, that's why I ain't donating to no Ross Clark charity. Because the money is not going to the people. Like I said, think about this logically. All the millions, if not, I reckon, I don't know the numbers, but I reckon, you know, in the last 50 years, $1 billion has been donated to Africa. Where is this money? With $1 billion, the fact that £2 or £5 can feed a family of 6 for 10 weeks and that, if the money can stretch that far, why has $1 billion not been accounted for? Where is the money? You lot are lucky. I'm running out of time on this video, yeah, because we only get 10 minutes to respond. Stay wise, ton, no.